Hey y'all, it's Scott of Scottville Visuals. I'm excited to be taking y'all on this little adventure I'm going on. I'm heading out on the west coast of Vancouver Island to Nootka Island. Going for a 7-day hike right along the coast. We'll be checking out all kinds of cool beaches, caves. So we're just sitting around waiting for the weather to allow us to take off. Last night we got settled in at dark. It was pretty late by the time we were able to land, and woke up in the morning with a whole lot of rain. It was just dumping, so kind of hung out in our tent, weathered the storm, and now we're pretty stoked. The sun is out and we've been exploring the beach a bit, and it's been pretty amazing. Lots of time to take some great shots, and I'm looking forward to maybe exploring a shipwreck later today. Made it to the first part of the shipwreck. Pretty cool to explore. There's a few more that we're going to check out. Gonna spend a bit more time here, and then we're going to head back, get back before low tide. So it's been pouring rain for the last 2 hours. We've been hiking through, and we've kind of got to a place where we can't keep going because the tide is too high. But fortunately, we have found a cave, which is pretty cool. I don't know if you can see it, it's probably too dark. But we're hanging out in this cave, eating lunch, hoping that the tide goes down, and then we can pass around a rock edge and continue on the trail. We saw a couple bears, lots of wolf prints on the beach. I feel like we might be following behind a wolf that's moving along through the low tide looking for food. We're trying to just skirt around a point here before the tide comes up this morning, and then it should be clear sailing over to Kelvin Falls. It's gonna be nice. Time to charge some batteries. Come back to these in a couple hours. So it's day 5 of the Nootka Trail. Right now we are bushwhacking, attempting to find Crawfish Lake, which is not working out very well. So some pretty thick brush that we're trying to get through here, and I think we're gonna just turn back. Whoa. And we're just gonna turn back and head back to camp because it's starting to get a little bit dark. and enjoy the sunset on the beach at Calvin Falls. So we didn't make it to Crawfish Lake, but we found this beautiful little waterfall swimming hole and hung out here for a while instead. On the way back to camp, we found this cool surfer shack up in the woods. It seems like people have been hanging out at it for quite a long time. Tonight's sunset was so amazing, did so much shooting, and just blown away by how awesome the sky lit up and the colors were shining. Really, really enjoying being out in the woods for, now it's 5 days, and it's just nice to disconnect for a bit. Day 6 of the Nootka Trail, and right now we're at Beano Creek, and the tide is up, so we can't get across. And we kind of don't want to camp here tonight because there's some cool stuff that we'd like to spend more time at tomorrow, a little further along. I'm hoping that it gets a bit lower and maybe we can get across it tonight. It's pretty rough right now and there's pretty strong current, so it doesn't seem particularly safe at the moment to cross. But if it drops in the next 10 minutes was kind of our deadline. If it drops by 4, we're gonna zip across and then do another couple hours of hiking today. We saw a bear this morning, pretty close, which was awesome. And then later on during the day, we ran into 2 wolves that were pretty curious about who we were and what we were doing on the beach. And got to watch them for a little bit, didn't get a chance to film them at all. They were pretty quick into the forest. So we made it across Beano Creek, no problem, and decided to truck it on and had some nice forest hiking and some bluffs. And now we're into a bit of more rocky beaches and sea stacks and a little different terrain. So it's a nice change of pace. So we're just filling up with a bit of water at Calicum Creek right now and then looking for a campsite for the night. So we're on day 7 of the Nootka Trail. Today's an early morning. We got up before the sun came up to clean up tent and get ready to go. More trying to beat the tide today. Just checking out this gorgeous beach that we're on a little bit this morning before we take off, and see some cool sea caves and beautiful headlands, and it's just going to be a really nice day. Another beautiful sunny day. It's been kind of incredible weather the entire trip, which feels very, very fortunate.
olive and hard ripened cheese.
Checking out some pretty awesome sea caves right now. The one I'm in, you could actually camp inside. So I think if I ever came back to the Nootka Trail again, I'd definitely check this place out for camping. We made it to the final obstacle that we have to cross before we're finishing the Nootka Trail. It is this river, this lagoon that needs to drain. It is very deep right now, so we have to wait until about 8 p.m. And the tide is all the way down. Maybe we'll try to cross earlier if it's safe. It's the last morning of the trail. I have my last trail coffee, this time with sugar and powdered milk, making it fancy. We're just packing up camp and having a bit of a lazy morning before we head into Friendly Cove, and we'll check out, there's a bit of a museum there and a lighthouse and a couple other things to see. My backpack doesn't feel that much lighter, considering I'm carrying a bunch of camera gear. I suppose that's somewhat to be expected. Yeah, it's been really nice to get away for 8 days in the wilderness, fend for yourself a little bit, and it's a good refresher on doing a longer trip like this, which I hope to do many more. In Friendly Cove, there's this totem pole that fell on the ground many years ago. It's pretty neat to think about all the history of this place. Wrapping up the trip on our way back to Gold River now. I'm thankful that you guys all followed along on this adventure. If you're interested in more stuff like this, just subscribe below, and until next time, keep getting out there and exploring, and I look forward to seeing you again.